Okay, so gives us the equation of the circle in that form. What I'll do is I'll get the x's together, so x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 10y plus 9 equals 0. Now we've got to find the centre and the radius. Very standard procedure. We use completing the square, so half of 6 is 3, so we get x minus 3 all squared, and then remove the 9, plus y plus 5 all squared, take away the 25, but we still need to add on the 9 equals 0. So simplifying that, x minus 3 squared plus y plus 5 squared, the 9's cancel out and the 25 we can move over like that. And that tells us that the centre of the circle is going to be the point 3 minus 5, and the radius squared is going to be 25, which means that the radius of the circle is 5. Okay, and so what you have to do, you have to complete the square for x and y in order to rearrange the equation to get it into the form x minus a all squared plus y minus b all squared equals r squared. When you've got it in that form, you can just quote what the centre is and what the radius will be. Now, next part, part B. The line with equation y equals kx cuts C at 2 distinct points. Right, so if we imagine this, here's a circle, we've got the centre, which we found is 3 minus 5, like that. We also know that the radius is 5, okay, so it means that well, I could draw the axes, but we've then got a line with equation y equals kx. Now that line is going to, you know, depending on where the k is positive or negative, it's going to either slope up to the right or slope down to the right, but it says it cuts it at 2 distinct points. So in other words, it might the line might go like that, or it might go like that, or it might go like that. If they all come from the origin though, don't they, because y equals kx, so they've all got to go through the point 0, 0. I've drawn those wrong because 0 is obviously going to be up there rather than down there, but the point is, you should see that some lines, for example a line that goes like that, is going to bypass the circle without cutting it in 2 points. Some lines, like the one that I'm drawing there, might just touch the circle at one point. That line's known as a tangent. So that's not going to fulfill the condition here that he's got to cut it at 2 distinct points. What we need to do is to get an equation to solve to try and work out what the value of k is, and then we've got to put the condition on that equation that it's got to give us 2 real roots. Right, so let's see if we can set the equation up. Cuts C at 2 distinct points. So we've got the line with the equation y equals kx. What we can do, we can substitute that into our equation of the circle. So x minus 3 squared plus, and then in place of y we can write kx plus 5 squared has still got to equal 25. So I've substituted my equation for the line into my equation for the circle. In other words, I'm solving these equations simultaneously, and that should give me an equation where I can work out what the 2 intersection points are. Now if I multiply this out, I get x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus, and that's going to be k squared x squared plus 10kx plus 25 has got to equal 25. So I can take 25 away from both sides, and what I end up with then is x squared minus 6x plus k squared x squared plus 10 kx plus 9 equals 0. So if I then collect like terms, I'm going to get 1 plus k squared, lots of x squared, and then I'm going to get plus, and I've got a 10k minus 6, lots of x, and I've still got plus 9 equals 0. So this is my equation. However, we want it to have two real roots. So we want two real roots. Now the condition for two real roots is b squared minus 4ac has got to be greater than 0. So what do we mean by that? Well, remember our a is the coefficient of x squared, so our a is 1 plus k squared. Our b is 10k minus 6, and our c is 9. So let's see what we get now. B squared is 100k squared minus 120k plus 36, and then minus 4 lots of a, so it's 4 lots of 1 plus k squared times 9, and that's got to be bigger than 0. Oh crikey, so 100k squared minus 120k plus 36 minus 36 minus 36k squared has got to be greater than 0. 36's cancel out, so we've got 100 minus 36, so we've got 64k squared minus 120k has got to be bigger than 0. Right, now can we simplify this? Well, we can take k out for a start, can't we? Take the k out and we're going to get 64k minus 120 is greater than 0. So basically critical values are going to be k equals 0 or k equals 120 over 64, which is 15 over 8. 15 over 8. And what we're, if we think about a sketch of what this will look like, we're going to have k as either, if this is k and this is 64k squared minus 120k, critical values at 0 and 15 over 8, it's a positive k squared, so it's going to look something like that, which means that because we want it to be bigger than 0, we want that part there and that part there. In other words, the values of k are k is less than 0 or k is greater than 15 over 8. Naught there, 15 over 8 there.